I have to make some more paper flowers because I don't have quite enough for the Encanto birthday garland or whatever that I'm making. Let's try that. Oh yeah, so this blue might be good. No, really, just like in nature, any colors work together. So, yeah, they all work. So, one thing that is kind of cool is if you layer and overlap, you can make something feel like pretty silly. So if you take two of these, for example, and so you've got alternating colors, and this would be the quickest way to do it, but also you can do it so that there's different height. Maybe I'll make a different height one in the center. So that would be good. Okay, so take this. I definitely didn't give myself enough room. Somebody came and put in cable for us, which was great, but I had to take everything down off the walls, and I finally just cleaned up my studio. So now I feel like just overwhelmed because there's too much stuff. But we have cable that works now, so that's good. All right, so okay. So if I pull this is the only magenta one I have left, so it's kind of, it feels like quite a risk, but I don't have to use all of it. But yeah, no, it's okay. One beautiful flower is going to be better than like a million okay flowers. So we'll see how this goes. And we're going to use that crisscross thing I talked about in the other video, which is like, since this is an oval, to make a circle, all you have to do is put long way this way, long way this way, long way this way, long way this way, and then it looks like a circle. Ta-da! So that's what we'll do. And then we could always trim it down afterwards so that the petals have different heights. But so let's just do one good flower. Okay. So now the little trick I showed last time as well was just to make a hole here for the flower to go through. Okay. And I'm also going to make leaves to put on the vine because this is going to go on the vine. And yeah, I'm going to show you a couple ways that I've been making leaves, just because. Yeah. So this is the corner where everything is all joined together. So I mean, this is. So I'm going to just not worry about, actually that would be a good idea, I suppose, to cut the little hole first. It's just like that. It can be big because you're going to use it to gather it at the end. And now with this petal, I'm going to start from this one and I'm going to go like this. Now, the last time I talked about how you could do like a fringe. Actually, here's one really. So before I decide the shape of the petals, I'm just going to overall cut this so that I've got the overall shape of the flower. All right. Okay. So now I can just make it have a shape and just intuitively make it the way I want to. So okay, so do I want to make fringe? The fringe does look really cool. The simplicity of this would look nice too, but the fringe really just looks cool. There's something about this type of cutting for tissue paper that's great. Like it's what you do for piñatas as well. And it's just, it has a very festive feeling, and the flowers feel a little bit like little Muppets. So, but if I just left it square, it wouldn't be right. So first I have to do this. And I can decide that that's going to be a little bit of a bigger cut because it's the petal. And they don't have to be perfect. It's just going to give your flower a little more dimension. Some of them are way shorter than others. I'm really short on these, and I'm going to go long on that one, and short, and okay. This here, a little too rectangular, so that's not going to work. So what I would need to do is just do that so that now it's, when I open it, this will be curved. Okay. So before I open it, I'm going to get one of these. Actually, I like using the gold because it's fun. It looks like pollen. I like to pretend. And I do this little thing where I want to make sure that, actually, I guess I could leave them a little longer because it's sort of a big flower. But I like to make one of them have that little top that they have. I don't know what it's called, but yeah. Okay. So there's that, and then I can make more. Actually, this one lends itself perfectly, so I'm going to leave this one out. And this one, since it's already folded, kind of lends itself to being that one, the mega pollen one, whatever the heck it's called. I don't know. The king pollen thingy. I think it's called a stigma, but I don't know. Maybe. Okay. So then now so what I'm going to do is put this in here, and then that's going to help hold everything together. But before I do, I have to make its little stem. So I'm going to do this. Twist. And then this can go this way, right? And then this kind of helps hold it in place. But there's more than that. But wait, there's more. Okay, hold on, let me try this. So yeah, the first paper flower video I did was for my friend Christina Schmidt. Here they come. Mama. What is it, honey? I'm making a video.
I am gonna have...
Kingdon, I'm making a video and I need...
Can I get my mohawk again?
Yes. Okay, so yeah, so I'm totally fried today, so I just realized I'd made two, kind of by accident, but I wanted it to have more layers, so what do? Just stick one inside the other. And it's going to be the automatic crisscross. Actually, what I can do is decide that the central part of it will be the lighter pink. And there it goes, crisscross. And then it's actually not really as floofy as I thought it was going to be either. I'm telling you, losing it. I totally had this like as like a... I was doing this every night, making more flowers, and I was having so much fun with it, and then now I'm getting close to the birthday party and having a harder time. I don't know why. Okay. Oh no, it's going to be gorgeous. Okay, so here we go. So I'm going to pinch it up like this. Then I'm going to put this in here. Okay, so this goes in here. Now I'm going to show you how I hold it on, and it actually looks like it's part of the flower, so it kind of works in two levels. So I go like this, and then I take the whole flower, and I give it its shape, kind of wrinkle it up, okay? And like I said, we can give it a haircut after. We can totally do that. And look, this one's sticking out. I love it. I'm going to leave it like that. It's cool. So now I'm going to twist this around the area where that hole was, okay? And now I'm going to take this, the green paper cleaner, and I'm going to go around here and wrap it around there. And it doesn't matter if there's some green stuff. If you want to get rid of it, go for it. But I'm not worried about it. Okay. And then, so then I could take another one and make that so that it can attach to the vine, so it has more of a stem, or I can just leave it. But I am going to take another one because I want to be able to position it somewhere else on the vine once I get it into place. So I'm going to give it another little piece right here. I'm just going to stick this underneath like that, fold it over like that. And they're so light that you don't really have to be an engineer to make this work. So twisting them all together like a little braid, not just a twist actually, I guess, because it's just two pieces there. There's a third one that's just hanging out, but it's too short. So okay, so now there you go. So you've got this, and you have the flower. Okay, so now see, like this, I'm thinking we can make this on the inside shorter. I think it'll look way cooler. So now I'm gonna go like this. I'm gonna take all of this and bring it together while it's already made. Bunch up all the pink stuff. So that's hiding back there. Okay, so I'm gonna bunch up all the pink stuff, and I'm going to figure out a way to make it look, I can simply make it shorter like this. That's my dog Boris. I don't know if you saw him. He's really cute, really good. It's actually my husband's dog. My kids always make sure to remind me of that. I say my dog. It's like, well, he's all of our dog now, but my husband had him before I met him. and before they were born. So, and if he had to pick, if the dog ever had to pick, he'd pick my husband. So that's okay. He's taller, better looking. Okay. So there. So now squash it up. Ta-da! Okay. So now, like I said, it does kind of look Muppet-ish, doesn't it? I don't know. For me, I think it's just so cute. So now, and I know Muppet now like means something in British slang, but I have no idea what it means. I just know it's extremely offensive because of seeing it on some show. But okay, so there's 2 ways I've been making leaves. One of the ways is kind of was looking at the plants that we have downstairs, those sort of heart-shaped leaves. I think they're called philodendron, which I think that actually covers like 1 million plants. But one thing that it's good to have them be kind of big because we've got these big flowers as well, but you can also have some of them be smaller. So what I'm going to do is make this guy big, and I'm going to cut it in half, and I have to decide, do I want it to be long this way? Yes. What I'm going to do is make him lengthwise like this. It doesn't have to be symmetrical. You can kind of make the overall shape and then add its character. So I'm just going to do one of these again. It's not exact, okay? It's so far from exact. And I am going to use my little hole method also. That totally works. It's so easy. Okay, so now I can't remember exactly how they go, but this is how these are going to go. I can't remember if they go quite to a point. Probably not, but I'm thinking it's something like this. And then instead of adding those little, yeah, that actually looks more like ivy. But now if I start adding these little cuts, it starts to look more like, and if you're like a plant person, you probably know what I'm trying to do, even if it's not quite good. I've seen these perfectionist flowers. People make these things that look like, and totally botanically correct. They're gorgeous, but I think it's more fun to kind of create your own. It's kind of like a 3D cartoon, you know, your own little flowers. And it's for a kid's party, so I'm not going to make something super sophisticated. I want something that feels vibrant and fun. Yeah, so if I just cut these little things off when I did it, they would be too symmetrical, and they still are kind of too symmetrical. So what am I going to do? I'm going to try to, so I do like that there is something of a natural feeling, and even if it's not that I'm being, I guess everyone has their own things that they want to have in what they do. This doesn't feel right. Oh, I know. I've got to add these little holes. So they also have these. That totally is one of the things that gives you that recognition of what it is. But for this, it is going to be symmetrical because it's kind of difficult to cut it any other way. But once you start to add these things, and you can add one up here, you can actually do one where it's cutting it there so that when I do this one, it won't be as symmetrical. So it will look like one of them broke through, one of them didn't. So like this one broke through, this one didn't. So yeah, so that looks kind of, see, you didn't have any faith in me, but it doesn't look too bad. Anyway, I'm just kidding. So now the hole, same thing. Now I could attach this to the vine, but I'm actually going to let it be part of this flower. So if I end up moving it, it's going to be with this flower. So just to make it easier to show you. So make a little hole over here. I don't have the froofy flower power with this one, but you have to make sure you leave enough here because a few of them did break through, maybe one of them, but if I cut it a little too close to there, and it's a little perineum broke. Oh no. Okay, so yes, I suppose now this officially, just saying that one word means that I'm officially not allowed to say that it's for children, which is fine. Okay, so it's not like a curse word or anything. It would probably go over their heads. Probably might have gone over your head too. I don't know. Like, I don't know the names of these things. Somebody might not know what a perineum is. All right, so here we go. So I've got this little flower, and it's not going to necessarily show where it is. It might just sort of peek out from where it is, but it's going to look cool because it's sort of jungly. I'm going to see if I can take this off of there and actually walk you over and show you, because I said I was going to show you last time, and I didn't. I chickened out. I didn't chicken out. I just stopped because I think something happened. But anyway, so here's the vine, right? I'm going to make sure it's maybe about this long, because I'm just going to add a section of vine. And as opposed to I made some that I made exactly the whole length of the window. Okay. So now, and yeah, just like regular craft scissors, not fabric scissors. That way you don't have to switch, or not, not ones that are just for one thing. Obviously this isn't fabric, so but these are just like craft scissors. And people have used my fabric scissors and they probably have gotten messed up. Like it's probably been used on paper, but I don't really sew, so it's okay. But I still try to keep them for that. But yes, and it's extremely interesting to hear. Okay, so now I'm going to go here and I'm going to try and make a little tendrily doodad, even though I don't know if it's going to quite work in this spot, but I'm going to try it. So I like them. These little, I don't know if these exist anywhere near these plants. Of course they don't, but they do now. And it's like a little, sort of more typical of a grapevine, but lots of vines have those little twisties. So, and this is not supposed to be a one kind of, like this vine is made up of lots of leaves. Like it's supposed to have like a jungly feeling and overgrown feeling, I hope. Magical overgrown vine. So now I'm going to add a couple more leaves to this. When I cut the paper, I left a little piece. So I've also made these that are like long and skinny. And I also try to use different greens, but I do have a lot of greens going on right now, and I'm going to use this as a safe bet because the dark green one, which is beautiful, does not show up very well on the black, against the black wall. So yes, Kingdon. Actually, what I'm going to do is one big one that has this kind of leaf. You want to show your beautiful? Well, be careful because you could knock the canvas is not really clipped on there. That one.
Okay. This is her son.
No, you have to peek down. There you go. You can show them your mohawk. Do you see yourself?
Yep.
Yep. He gives himself a mohawk every so often. He does quite a good job. I wish I had thought of that when I was a kid. Okay, now just be careful, please, getting out. I love you.
And my sister had one when she was a baby.
Yes, my daughter had like a natural mohawk. It was not intentional. Just her hair it was just the way her hair grew in. Oh gosh. It's very sad whenever I show my son anything. Like I'm like hoping he'll root for the right guy, and very often he roots for the bad guy. Like when he's watched a lot of things with my husband, and it's okay. He's our little monster. He's actually a very good kid. He's very empathic, but that's very sweet. But yeah, he likes the mean guys. So he just walked off yelling, saying Cobra Kai. I don't know if that was audible on the camera. So yeah, so this is like not a fern, but one of those like plants that has, I'm sure there's also a name for this type of leaf that has like, that's like a fern-like leaf, but I'm not a botanist. Of course, as I said that, I was thinking of the elephant man. I am not an animal. Okay. Yes, there we go. So it looks really big, but if I do this, it doesn't, and it looks cool, right? So it's sort of like, I don't know, Colombian oak. Let's pretend. It's supposed to, Encanto takes place in Colombia. Anyway, I really overdo it for my kids' birthdays. Like, I love doing birthday party things. Oh, brought to you by Cherry Coke Zero. Not really, but I do love Cherry Coke Zero. It tastes really good. I'm sure it's deadly, but it tastes awesome to me. It actually tastes better than like, I wouldn't like regular Coke. And I don't like Coke Zero. I just like regular Coke. But I mean, like, I wouldn't like a regular Coke. I don't like regular cherry Coke. I like this. My best friend Linda, the one who introduced me to it, was like, their fridge was always stocked with it. And I don't know if they drink it as much anymore, but it's good. By the way, I've realized I say but in a weird way. But anyway, I'm from New York. I don't know if that's a New York thing or if that's a lived in Philly too long thing. But yeah, this might be one that it might break off because of where I made the hole. It might be too thin, but I'm going to try to strengthen it a little. So there's the, it's starting to look cool, I think. So, anyway, then, let's see, we should add some more leaves before we take this over. And I'm gonna see if I can bring this camera thing over with me so I can show you how I put it up, or maybe I'll just show it to you because I want to be realistic here. And my kids and I just finished schoolwork, so they're in cyber school, and there's like a lot of other stuff to do. It's my husband's birthday tomorrow. I'm making him banana cream pie because he loves banana cream pie. It's his, instead of a birthday cake, I've got to make that. And okay, so I'm gonna make some skinny leaves. Use this to do it. Waste not, want not. Plus, I think it looks cool. You kind of can't go wrong. Like, you pretty much could cut almost any shape and stick it on there, and it will look kind of neat. So these almost feel like eucalyptus-y to me, these long skinny ones. And I don't know if they have eucalyptus in Colombia, but they do have it in Argentina, which is where my family's from. Beautiful trees. I love eucalyptus. I love anything with eucalyptus. It's just the smell of it makes me feel like I'm in Argentina. I don't know why. It's not like there were that many eucalyptus trees, but it's just something. Not the smell of Vicks, although I do like Vicks. I like using it. My parents think it's ridiculous, but I like it. Okay. I hope I'm actually filming this right. Okay, so. Yeah, I'm afraid of doing the hole wrong with this, but I'm going to try. I'm going to just do it like way further back. Since the pipe cleaners can get through a pretty small hole, so it doesn't have to be a very big hole. Okay. I don't think I'm going to use these because they're probably going to break apart because they're too skinny. I'll use this one. All right, so I'm also going to try to add some of these. This other thing that I did last time, but I did one for the chandelier, and it's like, it has these tissue paper leaves that kind of are cool. Okay. All right, so I think that's good. And then I'm going to get the green tissue paper. And I'm going to use light green because I love this color. It's like supposed to, whoops, and in springtime. Okay, so for this, I'm going to layer it way down. And I'm going to make this into just one shape. It's going to be like a weird, not, it's just like an amorphous little blob. And so it doesn't, then I'm going to poke this through. So now I'm going to kind of try to give it a little bit of a shape. All right, so this is just like a very intuitive thing anyway. There's no, okay, so before I put this on, I'm going to slide this through. So this is, I'll see if this can go straight through here without going through the pipe cleaner. So I'm going to use these as like a stop. So I'm just going to string them all on here. Try to put them, it could be in like a little group. I thought there was another one in here. Yes, I'm sure a neat person would have done this a totally different way and it would have worked better. But when I find it later, I'll put it on. Or not. Okay, now I'm going to put these little guys right here. I'm going to use this as a kind of like a little stopper thing. I'm gonna make another one of those little tendrils. Around my finger, You wrap it around a pencil if you want to be all fancy pants. But I think that will look more bold because this decoration is going high up on the normal 8-foot ceiling, but still, it's going up. Okay, so there's that. And let's see. Okay, so definitely it's got bald areas, but this is where I'm going to put these. So with these, let me just string them on, and I think I was able to shove them on last time, but I can't remember. Nope, I wasn't. Or perhaps I was. Maybe I did one at a time, but I do not have that kind of time today. So I'm going to just do the same thing I did. Make a little hole. Maybe another little hole over here. Okay. So, damn, my finger locks up. Oh, before I do that, I want to add another tendril, which is going to hold these leaves from falling all the way down. And I'm going to make this one have like a different kind of shape. Okay, so I'm just going to put it down and put all these down. Sorry. Okay, so now spread them out a little. If I kind of scrunch them a little bit, and they're scrunched in different ways, they will naturally kind of hold in different spots on there. It'll help keep them somewhat separate. But I want it to feel like it's like one thing, whatever this is, you know, so that's like, and if it all falls together, it's fine too. But, so try to do this. Pinch these this way, keep these flat, pinch these this way. I think it'll help. Okay, now I'll add the rest of these, the ones that I just kind of threw everywhere. But first, I suppose I should do another little doodad. Boris is still over there, but unfortunately you can't see him but he's really cute. He's a good dog. I said that already, I'm sure. He's old, he's deaf, it's very sad. He doesn't look old though, he looks healthy. Okay. Put this down so that I'm using 2 hands instead of being an idiot. I just dropped some more tissue paper. All right, so maybe what I'll do here, since they fell apart, happy accident, I'm gonna pile them up. They will all be a little more irregular. I'll try to slide them on in one group. And a little bit of a bigger hole. Okay. Now squish those, squish these, squish another way, and then okay. So yeah, I don't know what these are supposed to be, but it just feels right to me. Okay, and now I think I'm gonna do something I didn't do before, which is this. I'm gonna make a flower that goes right on there, and it's going to be like the little end cap to the deal. Okay. So, crisscross thing, upside down. Put them all, as long as some part of it touches the center here. And I'm going to put these 4 petally groups like that, okay? And now they have a common center. I'm going to fold them a little bit. So they have like a triangle there. And, okay, and then I cut it. Now I'm going to put it over here. So I'm going to slide it on. And it will just stay on. And now I can use this as a little stop. My little stamen. That's what I call it. Anthers. Anthers and stamens. Is that right? Yeah. So I think the stamen's the middle guy and the anthers are the other guys. And yeah, I think so. I really have mom brain big time. I swear to God, used to be an idiot. I mean, I used to be smart. Now I'm an idiot. Well, maybe I was right the first time. I probably was an idiot too. But in that case, I'm still an idiot. Maybe I don't have mom brain. I just have mom humility. Like, whatever. I used to think I was smart. Now I think I'm not. I think that's pretty cool. Let's see if this is something to attach. I feel like I might want to add something here, but when I get it over there, I can always add more flowers. So, okay, I'm going to take you over to the living room. Okay, so I'm going to show you how I hang them up. I hang the dandy desk for my daughter's school, but I stand on, but it's off the camera. Good. But I just talked about it anyway. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hang it up. Let's see. I feel like it needs something right up here. So the only problem is a lot of these have been falling. So I'm using the door frame. I don't want to ruin their paint. And I'm using, that could work. Yeah, I think so. I'm using sticking this right behind the molding basically. And it's staying just in place. There's just a little gap. It's probably not the way with every door, but it happens to be this little gap, so I'm using it. Doesn't exist along the door either. Here it is. There's a good spot. Okay, so now I'm going to get back from it and see if it looks all right. All right, I think it looks good. I might do a little bit of, there's like this spot here. I think I'm gonna make a butterfly for that spot. In fact, I can do that right now. The video might be too long, but look at the top of my head, isn't that lovely? Okay, yeah, so I will make a butterfly for that little ball spot. So let me do a butterfly, an Encanto butterfly. And actually, I can do more than one. I wish I'd gotten cardstock for these, but I just they should have kind of gossamer feeling, butterfly wings. But the only thing is I feel like if I had time, I think I might sort of spray varnish them or something, and that might look cool. In fact, I suppose I have time, but I don't know if I want to deal with the stinkiness of it. I do have some spray varnish. Anyway, we'll see. So because of how big, I can't make it too, it'll be too floppy if it's too big. So, can't be too big. And I can decide how many I want to make out of it. So basically I'm going to cut one, and I can decide how thick they're going to be once I see them. You might want to get a template or whatever, but you can just, anything yellow and symmetrical, I promise, even if you're not a great artist or an artist at all, will read as a butterfly, pretty much. I mean, when you look at a Rorschach test, most people probably go, butterfly? Doesn't matter so much, just symmetry. And this butterfly has got to be, supposed to be yellow for the movie, so people will know. So it don't have to be, and you might surprise yourself. I don't make the best butterfly shapes in the world. My daughter actually made the most beautiful butterfly shape the other day. And then she's like, I don't want to make them anymore. I'm like, oh my gosh, but that was so perfect. So I kind of actually was trying to remember how she did it. She's only 9. She's turning 9. Anyway, but she's a great little artist. So you can decide which part's the top or the bottom. I was thinking of this as the top. And then now we can separate these out. So once we see how they kind of lay, we're going to have it up against the wall. So one of them will be on the wall. And then depending on if I stick it behind a flower, I might be able to get this part to stand up, or, you know, it might fall. I don't know. We'll have to see once I get it up there. But I'm going to try. So this is why I got these. I suppose I could somehow figure out a way to make them sturdier with these. That had not occurred to me. I suppose this could work if I did something like this. Let's just try this crazy idea, see if it works. So I'm gonna make a crisscross and a body. Just the same thing of poking a hole. Very fancy technique. Works. Got enough tissue paper ones otherwise, and it's okay. Already made lots. It's not the end of the world if this doesn't work. And if it does work, yay! This is supposed to be magical. They have like these little markings on them, and they kind of glow in the movie. So adding gold is not going to be a problem. It's not going to be a bad thing. So this will have to be the outside of the butterfly, I think. I suppose. Unless I want to be real subtle about it, which I don't plan on doing. In terms of holding up is the most important thing. Is if I have it in the middle. Yep, so that's the outside, I suppose, right? Yeah, this is the inside. That's the inside. Okay. All right, I guess this is its back and that's its front, really. But maybe once I get it there, I can decide how I'm going to make it feel. So I'm going to do one this way. One this way. Ow. That hurt. If you poke yourself with a pipe cleaner, it will hurt. I did not know that. I mean, it just never happened before. I can't believe it. I've hurt myself so many ways. I hurt myself a couple weeks ago falling down the stairs. I just fell down on one step. It was 3 steps up. And I probably broke my coccyx. I'm still waiting to hear back. I had x-rays and it hurt so much. It hurt for a long time. Like the first week I was just incapable of doing anything. Better now. It aches a little, which I have a feeling is just one of those things. It's just going to ache forever now. After 6 weeks, the doctors will tell you 6 to 8 weeks to heal from anything, pretty much anything. And basically after 6 or 8 weeks, you're going to just have to live with whatever pain's left over. Chances are that's how it works. Getting a little hot. Oh yeah, and this is one of the fun things. So when you fold it in half, if you do it just about this height, the right size, if you want to measure, you can. I don't do that. And you can make these into antennas. It's so cute. Okay. Antennas. All right, so let me see if I can. So now the decision is, do I make it go like this? I think I do. So when it goes up there, let's see how it reads. So here we go, butterfly time. So I don't know if you can see, there's butterflies here, but they're, like I did, I'm gonna show you different way. So this, we'll see how this one works. So if I can put it up here without killing myself. I'm just going to pinch the back of it so that it kind of is on there. Nope, that's not going to work. Let's call them height. I have to move this over so that I can actually do this. Okay, so here's another one of the butterflies I made earlier. I did use something to thicken it there. I think I just used Elmer's glue. And let's go with this one. I'm going to use random tendril that's up here. Or not even a tendril, just a random piece that's left over. Stem. Stick it up there. twisting this and folding it up a little so that it stays in place. And then see how that looks. See, that feels like a butterfly. The only thing is, will it stay? I think that's good. Okay. All right. Oops. So that's it. Thanks for watching.